us, as well as myself and Gary and Joshua as tournament organizers. And Alan is 645 Gaming, my buddy here. He was the man behind the magic for the whole stream. So, first off, I want to give a big thanks to you, Gary, and Joshua for helping me organize this event. I think it turned out much better than we even expected. So, thank you so much for helping me out with that. I couldn't have done it without you. And thank you guys at Restoration for all the support you've given us for this. It really turned out to be an incredible event. So yeah, we just all really appreciate it. We love Unmatched. We're doing this as a labor of love because we love the game so much. So great job. We're really looking forward to all the new releases and everything you guys have in store moving forward in the future. And then just a little background with Alan here. We're both in Illinois, about Midwest area, and I drove like 3 hours down south to his place so we could run this stream. I still got a 3-hour drive back home before work tomorrow morning. But it was all worth it. And me and Alan have been childhood friends for a long time, and I knew when we had this vision, Gary and Joshua, about this Unmatched tournament, I knew what I wanted the final stream to look like. And he also, Alan also designed that Assistant app that I also had that idea for. So all these ideas in my head, he was the one to make them happen. And I knew he was the perfect one for the job. So that was just awesome. Really happy, Alan, to have you, on board for all this stuff. So
yeah, it was a lot of work. I'm not gonna play it down. It was a lot of work, but you all of you people watching, everyone in the Discord and everything, it made it all worth it. Seeing everyone's reactions to especially the big one that and it was probably the most time-consuming one, was like the deck highlight scene where all the cards file in, stack in. And I remember the first time we did that, I looked over at my other monitor and I just saw the Twitch chat go nuts and Discord notifications popping up, and I was like, all right, this was worth it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was good to be a part of it. It's been a very rewarding experience.
Yeah, and the funny thing is too, Alan has actually only played 1 or 2 games maybe of Unmatched.
Yeah, John thinks it's 2. I'm pretty sure it was only 1. And funny enough, it was I just picked randomly. I picked Bigfoot because I love Bigfoot, and funny enough, my profile picture in Discord is me standing with a life-size Bigfoot. And then it was
it just turns out to be Bigfoot's this absolute monster in the game. He had no idea.
Yeah,
so that was funny. But yeah, so he hasn't really played, but he's like, oh well, I feel like I know a lot more about the game after watching that the tournament finals and the commentary. So that's really cool. I'm really hoping that we had a lot of viewers in there too who weren't as familiar with the game, and hopefully we could help get them interested in the game and maybe learn a little bit along the way. But yeah, Gary and Joshua, thanks again so much for helping me organize this. Gary, this is your first appearance on stream. I know Joshua's been commentating with me, but do you have any particular words you want to say to the viewers?
Kind of just wanted to thank everybody that was involved, players as well. I think the engagement level with this was a lot higher than we initially expected it to be. I know when we sent out the sign-up sheets, we were kind of waited on bated breath there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, are we going to break 30?
You're right. That was the goal.
Yeah. But going back to the very beginning, I wanted to give a special shout out to Justin, and I want to give a special shout out to James at Vorpal Board. When we were first kind of dipping our toes into the water with this, I know we were trying to navigate a lot of things as far as licensing and what we can do, what we can't do. How are we going to approach this? How are we going to handle this with the players? And they were really invaluable, making themselves available to us, basically anything we needed, any questions. So that was really incredible. I think overall, I've been blown away in the last year and a half with the quality and engagement level of the entire community, from players to Restoration to kind of those third-party integrations with Vorpal.
Yeah, I would echo that as well. It really has. We have an incredible community here, led by an incredible team of developers. You guys making this game, everybody loves it. So thanks a lot for that. How about you, Joshua? Any special words you want to say?
It's 7 o'clock, and I'm just brain dead at this point.
No, understandable. But again,
7 o'clock in the morning.
in the morning, yep, you've
Yeah.
been up all night. I'm not going to pressure you too much here. But yeah, that just shows your dedication level. And like you had mentioned too, Joshua, at first it was just an idea. It was just a random thought thrown around on the Discord. And then us three, we got together and we're like, you know what? Let's make it happen. Let's do it. And we just had that idea. We had the dream, and we were able to bring everything together. So I think we got a little group of tournament organizers here. So thanks so much. And then I guess, Justin, you guys at Restoration, I'll kick off to you. So anything you want to say?
Sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I probably will repeat some thanks.
Sure.
I want to thank the viewers, the people who tuned into the chat. This was a great show. Like, they got treated to an amazing show, but a show only works if there are people there to watch it, and there were a lot of people there, and they were really into it, and the chat was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So thank you to them. I want to thank all the people who participated in the tournament. Obviously, we saw a few of the players this past weekend, but there have been a number of other players throughout the tournament. It's been great to watch the competition over the past month. I think this has really sort of been the first real display of like high-level, unmatched play, and that was impressive and exciting for us as developers and publishers. But even more than that, seeing the camaraderie and the sportsmanship develop among that group was just very impressive. The tagline, of course, in battle there are no equals. That only applies to fictional warriors, though. Everybody who participated in this was equally fantastic, and it was great to watch them play. You mentioned Vorpal Board. I think it's worth mentioning that you all pulled off a 30 some odd with 32 players or whatever it was tournament over a month during a pandemic. Like, that's really only possible because of the amazing technology of Vorpal Board. And I think it's amazing. It's an amazing feat. And I want to thank James. He's always, I started out from the very first Kickstarter. I was like, well, this is a neat idea. And I never thought, from that to see this is pretty impressive. Obviously, thanks to all the other people who started or supported the tournament, helped organize the tournament, the color commentary, Josh, Gary, Frank, all those people. That was great. Alan, didn't know about you till this weekend. So it's for us as a company, from the moment we started, we pride ourselves on like making our games look really good and vibrant, pixel perfect, that sort of thing. And I'm thrilled that the work that you did on this tournament sort of matches the stuff that we see Jason and Lindsay pulling off in the games. Like, it rose to the level that they do, which we consider like the highest bar in the industry. So
Thank you.
You may not know it, but that's the highest compliment I could possibly give.
Yeah, no, that means a lot to me. Yeah.
We were proud to have our name on this stream, and which takes me to John. I want to thank you, John, for putting this together. I remember 2 months ago you came to me in the private Discord message and said, had this sort of wild idea, and I said, yeah, sure, why not?
Right.
And I'm not going to lie, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really expecting all that much because, fans do stuff all the time, and it's cool, but not like this. I mean, I couldn't have been happier to be wrong. John just committed to this thing from the get-go, and the other people who helped organize it. And I know he put a ton of effort and time and skill into doing this, and all I can say is it showed up in the final product, so kudos.
Yeah, really glad to hear it.
So real briefly, when we release a game, we want it to do well, and that's like, we want it to sell well. We like to see the rankings good. We like good reviews. But I really think like the best thing you can say about a game, the greatest emblem of success of a game, is that it forms a community. And this weekend was like the final proof of that this is not just a game, but also a community. And I haven't seen anything like that in terms of vibrant, positive, and fun community. Obviously, there are Magic the Gathering and all these big communities, but this was pretty amazing. Just to get go like that. So on behalf of everyone at Restoration, I just want to say thank you. And then one final thing I want to mention is that, as you know, when you first came to me and said, why not, can we offer something? Sure, we'll give you guys the winner a game or whatever, right? And I have to admit that, like I said, we weren't expecting much, but having seen that, the tournament and all the effort and that went into it, we sort of felt as a team that we could probably do a little bit better than that. So I just want to mention that what we're going to do is for both finalists, both Bug and Prospero, who put in yeoman's work this weekend, and then all of you, all the organizers, we are going to give an advanced copy of Battle of Legends Volume 2 to
Awesome.
all
Wow.
you people. So when we get into the warehouse, basically before it hits the street, before the release date, you all will get a copy of that for free. And then for Prospero, Jeremiah, as we've known him for a while, he's worked at some of our booths at conventions. Excited that he won, but I'd be happy with any of the winner. But as the winner of the first official, unofficial, but now official Unmatched tournament, we're going to do like a nice big trophy for Jeremiah.
Very cool.
And get that out to him. And hopefully that's a trophy that we can see maybe in some upcoming events. And I know, like I said, as a team, we talked about it and said, man, we'd like to see more of these. So we'll definitely try and see what we can put together and make sure that trophy is something that people are excited to win and become.
Very cool.
So thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. How about you guys, Noah and Brian? Any particular words?
Noah, you want to go first?
Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to thank you all for putting this together. This was extremely entertaining to watch. I was as excited watching this as I have for many other esports, and to put that together on the time and budget that you did was frankly incredible. And I just wanted to give you kudos for that, because it was a really enjoyable event to have over the weekend.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like the most, the production was all very good. You know, as Justin and everyone has mentioned many times, the thing that really stood out for me was like just the level of commentary and the level and how informed everyone is, you know, going into this and being able to give those stats. And that was really a big part of, you know, keeping me engaged and watching those matches and all of that sort of stuff. You know, that the last match with Bruce Lee versus Dracula, where y'all were like, oh, it you know, as long as it's not this card, you know, and you know, those sorts of insights that y'all had, and we were talking about it before we came on stream, are not only incredibly entertaining, but they're super valuable, you know, to us as developers, because being able to think about this game at that high of a level really helps us sort of figure out, you know, what we should be doing moving forward. So I think, you know, thanks for that, and thanks for all of the research that you guys have done, because, you know, there are some incredible insights that are things that we hadn't even thought about, you know, that we got access to this weekend, and that's super, super valuable for us as well.
As an example, something that we have at least talked about in all of our designs that at least Brian and I have been working on is fatigue resistance. So whether or not a deck is able to either avoid drawing cards or return cards to its deck, and how it's able to do that, is something that has come up in a number of designs. And more or less on a whim, we came down, well, a deck probably shouldn't be able to avoid drawing cards forever. But this tournament really brought home exactly how important that is in regards to how viable a deck might be from a tournament setting. If a deck is able to sit across the map from you and continuously recycle cards back into its deck, that is a very abusable skill to have in a match that could turn a deck that is otherwise very wishy-washy to a prime contender, but on a bad note, a boring prime contender.
Right.
So it really helped hammer home to us the importance of decks that incite action in the game rather than inaction.
Yeah, I think that's
You're
a
such
great
a nerd,
point.
Noah.
Yeah, and to play off of what Brian was saying a little bit, there were a number of people I saw in the chat, and like there was one very specific example I saw. I think it might have been someone that came from Imager, because Bug apparently posted that this was going on Imager, and so we were just getting these random people that don't even know who he was. And there was someone, I think from Imager, that said when they opened it up, they saw that it was like this board game tournament, they didn't expect to be sitting there for 45 minutes enjoying it.
I saw that.
And I think, you know, that nothing against either of them that were playing, but, you know, there's a lot of downtime, there's a lot of thinking, and them as the commentators did such a good job of keeping keeping it entertaining,
Absolutely.
keeping the viewers informed. These people that don't know what this game is, like John said, I wasn't sure if I should bring it up, but like John said, I had literally played the game one time, and it was genuinely entertaining to me. And like as we're watching, as I'm sitting over there on the other side of the room watching, and he's talking, the commentators are talking about everything and talking about like, oh, this could happen, or like, he might draw this and this could happen, and it's like, oh, whoa, like that'd be crazy. And I like found myself getting like emotionally invested in these games, and it was like, I know more about it now, having sat here for however many 15 hours or something.
Yeah.
But I know nothing compared to like what they know, but it was still just super entertaining, even still having that low level of knowledge. So yeah, huge props
Absolutely.
to
I
all
think
the commentators.
The announcers did a really good job of, just to nerd out again, what I call at least hypothetical anticipation, where they can play out through a bunch of different scenarios that could be the case, and that helps highlight why things are taking so long. What are the competitors actually thinking through? What's on the line when they're thinking through these plays, and it helps bring the stakes home for everyone who's watching at home that maybe doesn't know those particular decks as well, maybe doesn't know the game as well, and otherwise might be frankly bored by a 5-minute period where no one's talking and people are staring at a hand. Having announcers and commentators that can have those insights and talk about things that are relevant to the game at hand, rather than just filling it with color commentary, is, I think, a really important skill, and it's a really crucial skill for a game to be interesting to watch. Board games that don't have a lot of talk are not known for being interesting to watch, and commentators are a really important part of bringing that over the line.
Yeah, I really appreciate, the compliments there for the commentary. Me and Joshua, as well as Frank and Matt and Tristan, everybody we had on commentary, I was personally really impressed with the job that everybody did. I think it was, exceeding expectations for sure. We had a lot of fun, but like you said, like that's a big thing in keeping the viewer engagement. I mean, we had over 120 some viewers at one point for the peak of the stream, and a lot of them, like Alan mentioned, were brought over I think from Bug Hunter. He is in a band, so some of his fans came to check him out, watch him play a board game. They probably never seen it in their lives, they're just coming because they're fans of his music, but hopefully we were able to keep them engaged and invested a little bit, just like Alan mentioned. I really just appreciate all the compliments. I think everyone did a great job, so I'm glad to hear you guys confirming that. So, if anyone else has anything in particular to say, they can. I think we'll just about wrap it up. Joshua's about to fall asleep over there. 7 a.m. Or pushing later now, so we won't keep you too much longer.
Yeah, that's
just from a logistics standpoint, this gave us a lot of good insights on potential tournament rules, and inspired a little bit of conversation behind the scenes over at Restoration on how we could make something like this happen at a convention.
Sure.
This particular format might not be super doable, strictly because right now you're selecting between 19 different champions. Well, when that becomes 30, 40, 50 characters per game,
yeah,
the logistics of doing that in paper and having that many copies of the game available for everyone to play becomes a little bit cumbersome. So
right.
We're doing a little bit of behind the scenes thinking of, what other formats can we do that still have this interest level without, demanding that we provide 50 decks per pair of people in the game. That's
sure.
that's a lot of
exactly.
It's a lot of product to be putting on tables.
Yeah, it took a lot of work coming up with the tournament format even that we had. But like you said, logistically in a real life situation, it's much different than this virtual thing we have set up. But I'd be happy to talk any tournament format stuff. I'm more of a competitive player myself. That's what really got me into this and made me have this vision. But the very interesting point there.
Yeah, no, we're happy to figure out some more logistics for how to replicate this at conventions. It would be a pretty neat thing to be able to offer fans.
Definitely. Yeah, I know Frank had just, one of the commentators there, he had talked to me just, I think last night or the other day about Gen Con and questioning if that was going to be a thing in real life. And I was like, I don't think so, COVID going on and whatnot, but we'll see. But I would love to meet up with everybody in this community, all the players, and even just run, maybe not just a super competitive tournament, but even just a little fun, unmatched get together and maybe play some fun 2v2s or something. It would be so cool to meet up and play in person. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just about wrap it up there. So again, thank you to anybody watching. It's been a blast. This thing blew up way bigger than we thought it would. We're more than happy with the results. So you guys have all been a huge part of it. So thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah, and really quick, I just wanted to say, I kept telling John, I was expecting like 10, maybe 15 viewers. I was like, if we break 30 viewers, I'm gonna be like, I'll be real happy. And then day one, we broke 50, and I was like, "Oh, dude, like, that's golden. Like, I'm happy." And then today we broke 125, and it's like, holy cow! So
it was quite the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for being a part of it, and look forward to more of these in the future. So everybody, take care.
Sounds good.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Or a good morning.